people. I remember the exact moment I realized something was wrong with the way I used to live. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was a quiet evening, the kind that makes you face yourself without mercy. I was sitting alone, scrolling through my phone, watching the world move without me. And I felt this strange, heavy truth sink into my chest. I had spent years begging for attention that never mattered. I used to think that if people looked at me, if they approved of me, if they praised me, then maybe I would finally feel alive. But every compliment faded. Every like vanished. Every person walked away when their interest ended. People, each time, it felt like a tiny cut. Small enough to ignore, deep enough to scar. Have you ever felt that pull? That quiet ache when you realize you're giving your energy to people who don't even look up when you enter the room. That sting when you try to impress others just so you can feel visible for a moment. That confusion when you do everything right and still feel invisible. I've felt it. I've lived it. I breathed it like air, and I'm not ashamed to say it hurt. Because I used to chase people. I used to chase their approval. I used to chase their attention like it was oxygen. But here's the truth I wish someone told me earlier. The more you beg for attention, the more you lose yourself. The more you chase people, the faster they run. The more you try to prove your worth, the more they start believing you don't have any. I didn't understand that, not at first. Back then, I was just trying to belong, trying to fit in, people trying to be seen. But I ended up shrinking myself to make others comfortable. I laughed when I wasn't happy. I agreed when I didn't believe. I smiled even when I felt empty inside. I played the clown, pretending everything was fine, hoping anyone would notice. And the irony, they still didn't. That loneliness, it changes you, slowly, quietly. It makes you question everything. Your choices, your identity, your direction. It makes you wonder if you're too much or maybe not enough. And one day, I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize myself. I didn't see strength. I didn't see confidence. I didn't see uniqueness. I saw a blurry version of a person shaped by everyone else's opinions. And that was the moment. That was the real turning point. I asked myself a question that shook me awake. Why am I begging for a seat at tables where I was never meant to sit? That question broke me. But breaking was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because when you break, you get to rebuild. When you rebuild, you get to choose who you become. I realized something powerful, almost dangerous in the best way. I didn't need attention. I needed direction. I didn't need validation. I needed vision. I didn't need people to look at me. I needed myself to rise. I stopped chasing. I stopped explaining. I stopped performing. I stopped asking for permission to exist. I made a decision that felt like fire in my veins. I will not beg for attention, not anymore, not ever again. Because attention gained by begging is attention that disappears the moment you stop entertaining. But attention earned by owning who you are, that's unbreakable. I started working on myself quietly, silently, obsessively. I disappeared from the noise and returned to my own mind. I told myself, let them underestimate me, let them ignore me, let them overlook me. Bull. I'm building something they can't see yet. And that's when everything changed. People notice silence. Bull. They notice confidence. They notice when you stop chasing and start growing. They notice when you walk differently. When your energy becomes expensive. When your presence gains weight. And slowly, without trying, without begging, without performing, life started shifting. Opportunities appeared. People returned. Respect arrived, not because I asked for it, but because I had finally given it to myself. That's the rule I live by now. Joker's rule, not the destructive kind, not the dark fantasy people imagine, but the mindset behind it. A person who knows their worth doesn't beg for attention. A person who understands their power doesn't chase applause. A person who trusts their journey doesn't need the crowd to clap at every step. I became that person. Piece by piece, choice by choice, day by day. And maybe that's why I'm speaking right now. Because I know someone out there feels the exact pain I once felt. Someone is tired of being unnoticed, tired of pretending, tired of shrinking, tired of being the background character in their own life. Listen to me, look at me, feel the truth in my voice. You do not need to beg for attention. Not from friends, not from strangers, not from anyone. If they don't see your value, let them walk. Bull. If they don't respect your presence, remove it. If they don't appreciate your silence, don't give them your voice. You're not here to be liked. You're here to become something unstoppable. And yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will be lonely. Yes, you will doubt yourself. Yes, Bull, people will question your change. But greatness never starts with applause. It starts with a quiet decision. A moment where you tell yourself, I'm done begging. Stand up from the old version of yourself. Walk away from the rooms that shrink you. These build your strength in private. Let your results speak louder than your pain. Let your growth silence every doubt. Let your actions replace every word you once wasted trying to prove yourself. And when you rise, and you will rise, people will say you changed. Smile. Because that's exactly what you were meant to do. This is your moment. Your turning point. Your decision. Don't beg. Don't chase. Don't shrink. Become. Because when you finally stop asking for attention, you start attracting respect. You start attracting power. You start attracting purpose. You start attracting the life meant for you. And when that happens, the world won't be able to ignore you even if they try. Now go. Right now. Start today, Bull. Start with one choice, one step, one decision. Don't beg for attention. Earn your presence. Own your story. And let the world feel your rise. You're not invisible. You're unstoppable. And this, right here, right now, is where everything begins.